The focus in the India versus Australia series is on certain individuals. Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma. Looking at the current situation, it could be the last time that Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Ravichandran Ashwin, they all tour Australia. Because the next tour will be 4 years later, which is in 2029. Now, at this stage, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma's every innings and every action will be monitored very, very closely. With every failure, there is a demand that, oh, Rohit and Virat should retire. With every success, they are saying, oh, they should continue to play on. How much longer will Rohit and Virat play, and when will they retire? That is the one question that was asked, that was posed to Greg Chappell, the former Australia skipper and one of Australia's best batters, in one of the interactions that he had with the Australian media. In that, he has given a very, very interesting situation upon when will Virat Kohli retire and Rohit Sharma retire, and who should take the decision. Firstly, he stated, as a player, when should Virat and Rohit take the decision to retire? He stated, you know yourself whether you are at your peak or not. They, that is Rohit and Virat, want to play it as long as they can. They have every reason, every right to want to go as long as they can. Now, the contributions of Virat and Rohit are in such a way that yes, their contributions have ensured they can decide on their own terms when to go. Now, that may be counterproductive in a lot of ways. A player decides when to go, you can as well play until the age of 40 also. Sachin Tendulkar showed it. He was contributing until the age of 40. Virat and Rohit, by their lofty standards, they have not been contributing a lot in red ball cricket for the past 4 to 5 years. Rohit in the last 6 test matches has not contributed much. So, Greg Chappell says the onus is on the player to decide that yes, he can retire from the format whenever he wants to. But he also believes, how many games should you give them? Now, he's openly admitted that this is a tough challenge. You have your ups and downs as a player. With good players, you prefer to give them a game too many than a game too few. So, it's tough to get the balance right. We have always wondered, right, okay, how many games before he should retire? Now, Rohit and Virat retired on the ultimate high from the T20I format when they won the T20 World Cup. They had ticked off that one box which was remaining. But apart from that, Rohit and Virat are still active test players and active ODI players. If India do not qualify for the WTC final, then does it make sense for them to play in the 2025 and 2026 cycle also? It's not a criticism at their performances. It's just about looking ahead and giving the younger bunch of Indian stars a chance. So, there is never a formula for this. You will have your ups and downs. You will want to give them a bit 2 games. You may want more games rather than lesser games because they are legends of the game. So, rather than risking giving them lesser games, better to give them few more games and then maybe you can take the retirement call. But who takes the retirement call? The retirement call is the onus, Greg Chappell believes, upon the selectors, which is why you need a robust and very, very tough selection panel. Greg Chappell stated, you need a good, robust selection policies and panels to make tough decisions. It is not up to the players necessarily to make those decisions. Now, you saw in the Virat Kohli captaincy era, Sourav Ganguly had stated that yes, you cannot be the captain and just not be a captain in another format. So, he was taken away from the captaincy in all formats in that sense. So, that might be a bit of an issue with Indian ethos when you look at it. Tough decisions can often mean very, very emotional sentiments. The Indian fan is very emotional, that's why they will not look at it as a tough decision, they will look at it as an impractical decision. Now, Greg Chappell has stated such strong selection and robust selection policies are needed because the selectors need to take a call, not the player necessarily themselves. And he's also stated you've got to pick the right people as selectors, the ones that are prepared to have tough conversations. Depends on the relationships between various people in the room. Now, this is where India might fall flat when it comes to the transition period. Are the selectors strong-willed enough to take tough decisions? Knowing India, knowing very well the stature of Rohit and Virat, can they make that decision that yes, from the next series onwards, we don't need you? How is the relationship that is there in the back room of Indian cricket? That is very, very important. So, tough, robust selection policies are needed, but will Indian cricket ever do it? As far as Rohit and Virat are concerned, the body of runs that they have accumulated when it comes to formats, it gives them the right to go on their own. But is that the right policy? There is no right or wrong answer to this, unfortunately. And this situation will continue. I had given 3 scenarios. One, if India do well, Virat do well, then I think the decision is easier. If India lose, Rohit, Virat don't do well, maybe the decision becomes easier. But what if India don't do well, but Rohit, Virat are doing well? What do you do in that case then? You can write to us in the comments below. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.